Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be introducing you guys to a new hobby I've been very passionate about. Okay, so this new hobby of mine is not that new. I've been doing it for over a good year. I'm just saying that it's new because I have never introduced it to my channel. And this video is going to be a little introductory thing because I want to incorporate this hobby and into my future videos. So, the hobby that I've been into lately is cross stitch. And I'm just going to go through and show you guys all the stuff I have for this category. First off, I have embroidery hoops. This is what I like to use to do my cross stitch on. And I have a bunch of different sizes. So I have my 4-inch size and then a smaller one, either 3 or 2. I think this is 3 inches. And even smaller one, probably 2.5. I think this is a 2.5. As you can see, this one is plain. I didn't do anything to it, but I do like to paint mine. So I haven't gotten to it. Eventually I will be painting this, but my signature look is to have that outer rim painted white. I think it looks good like that, so I just do it. And I don't waste my time painting the inner one. Let me take this apart. So this inner one is not touched, it's just how I bought it. That is because once my work is finished, you can't even see this, so just not gonna waste my time on that. But I do paint this. I go a little bit into the inside, but I don't really worry about the inside either because, like I said, you won't be seeing this. And my tiniest piece is this oval. This is 2.5 long ways inch and like a 1/11/16 inch across. As you can see, it is missing its screw thing. That's because I was recently painting the outer like I like to, and it just goes in like that. The other thing I have is this little box that has a bunch of random threads. I like to use DMC floss. I think it's called floss. Not sure, but I like to use the DMC brand. And I have just a bunch of random colors. Not like a whole bunch because this is a pretty small box. I just get kinds of the ones that I might be considering in a project. So I don't get any just to get it. So these ones are not touched. This is how they come from the store. Once I do use them, I like to go ahead and thread it on a bobbin like this. Let me show you. Here. This is it empty, and then I just put the DMC number at the top corner. I also have a ring if I wanted to put a bunch of colors on and take it with me to go work on it somewhere. That's the threads. And now I'll show you a couple of pieces that I have done. So here I've done this past winter some snowflakes. I added a bow for decoration. So I've done this. This is in a blue color thread. And all these snowflakes are a different design. It's a unique design. And as you can see, they're white like that. One of my first works is this Peppa Pig, and this was before I started doing my white painted outer. So this is how it looks not painted, and I think I just like it like this more. And for the backing, as you can see, I put felt, so it's covered. Not all of them are covered because I haven't gotten to it, but the idea behind it is to have them all finished like this. And let's take a close-up view. So by cross stitch, this is what I mean. Everything is a little square. Not sure if it will focus good, but yeah, everything is a little square. This one took longer than one of these because I had to fill in the whole face. Other than this, it was just like lines. So let me put it in closer. See, all of these are all little squares. Okay, as I was showing you, here are my snowflakes. Actually want to make more. There are so many different snowflakes this coming winter, and I have one that is like a sparkly silver. I will definitely be making more like different designs in this thread because I think it looks so pretty. And then I have this one also I did last winter. It says Noel, and it has this so this is like a plaid print that I did. And I started another one, Mary, but I never got to finish it. So this is a work in progress one, and the print over here is closer together. Also plaid print. And then I have two tiny ones. So this is my tiny ones. And I am planning to do a video on these tutorial. I just think they're so cute. Like, look how tiny they are. Okay, that is for my finished works. I have done a bunch more, just I don't have them currently because I gave them away as gifts. The other thing that I have is my two notebooks. I started off with this one. This is a dotted notebook, and I use this notebook to plan out my designs, to test out different fonts, test out like how things would look like, just shading it in. Also, all those snowflakes that you guys saw, I worked out the pattern, and like I used this as a map to make it work. But that, as you can see, this notebook was kind of small, so I upgraded to this composition notebook, which is a grid. And I just recently started using this notebook to draw stuff out, work my patterns out, just drawing little X's. I used colored markers to help me with the different colors. Instead of having everything like in pen, I would be confused what color I need to use, so using a colored marker really helps. Next, I have this little bag. It's nothing big, and I just throw in all my supplies on a project that I'm currently working. So let's go through what I have in here. I have a piece of felt. So this is what I would use to back each of the hoops. I have some extra material, Ada. This is Ada, and this is even weave. Even weave, I think it's called. Forgot how many count they are, but this is what I use to put onto my hoop. And this one is more stiff and the holes are bigger, while this one is more softer, but the holes are way tinier. So these are the two different kinds. I have a bottle of paint in here. This is what I use to paint my hoops. This is the home decor chalk paint. It gives it a nice texture. I have some brushes in here. I have some pens. I mean, not pens, markers. These are the colored markers I use in my notebook to color. Not to color, but to map out my design. I have a bunch of random thread. I also have this little thing. Let me find my other one. Let's see, where did you go? Okay, let's put this to the side. Okay, I have these two little things. They perform the same function. This one is like a little wire. This has two different sizes. It opens up. This one is wider. Not sure if you can see, but yeah. And this one is like a hook, also two different sizes. And the idea behind this is to thread the needle easier. So you put it into the needle hole, put your thread in, and you pull it through. So that's the function of these two things. I have some scissors to snip off. I have a little cup of these bolts. This is from these hooks from these hoops. So once I'm done and I'm ready to use this to frame it, I'm just gonna put it in. And lastly is my project that I'm currently working on, and it isn't finished. So this is how it looks. And I have a little needle over here in the corner. And lastly, I have my biggest project that I've been working on since the beginning of this year, and I barely have any progress on it because I just have, whenever I have a little bit of time, I do like a couple stitches, but this is my huge progress. I definitely want to make a video on this and getting more into depth with this, and maybe even doing like progress videos and updates. So this is my hugest hoop, the biggest one that I have. So I have these little pieces, they're magnets. So here's the backing. They're called needle minders, if I'm not wrong. But the idea behind these is that they hold your needles, as you can see. And to go along with that project, I have its own little box over here. And if you open this up, I have a key with, this will make sense later. I'll get back to this. I have its own threads. Most of them are on the bobbin. Some of them that I haven't gotten to are like this, but I keep them all in baggies so that they just don't get tangled up. I have this little tin. You open it up and it has needles and also a needle threader. What else do I have in here? I have some more little needles, because when you're doing big projects, it's nice to use a bunch of needles so you don't have to rethread. You just use that needle for that color and it just makes sense. And I have these little snippers to snip off the ends of the thread. I also have these little long pins. I haven't figured out how to use them yet, but maybe I will be using it in the future. And the last thing for this big project is this folder over here that I have printed out with the key. No, not the key, but the map. So the key is over here at the top of this box. This is the key, and this is the map of, if you look closely, it has the letters, and each letter is a certain color. So A is DMC 762, so that's how I work on it. I also do it on a tablet, keeping track of it, but I also have a printed out version, visual version of it. But yeah, this is it for all the stuff I have. This is not a lot. I just keep it really minimal. I only buy threads when I know that I want to do a certain project, and I buy the threads for that project. So yeah, this is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, and I'll be back with more videos. Thank you. Bye.